Ah, you've made it. Welcome to the final duel. You may call me the announcer. Allow me to show you how this all works. Over the past few weeks, you've tirelessly tried to give your heroes the best chance at survival. Your host, George, has now written an epic tale that will decide their fates based on your previous decisions. I hope you chose wisely. Here are your two heroes. In previous streams, you decided what each character's base points would be. They are displayed here. Oh my. It looks like one team has a very big advantage. You also decided upon their extremely powerful ace abilities. During the story, they allow a hero to escape certain death, or at crucial points during a showdown. They are displayed here. There are 3 sides to the battlefield. Team 1's side, Team 2's side, and No Man's Land. During the story, each hero will move between different sides. You may see their current position here. In previous streams, you decided what their modifiers would be. They are displayed now. This all adds up to something extremely important. A showdown. During the showdown, each team will have their points tallied up. Then, a randomized roll will occur, with the maximum roll being your team's current score. No team can go below 1, and the highest score wins. Last but not least, you voted for different, unique things to happen during the story. They will appear here. I hope you prepared well, teams. Your hero's final fate begins now.
Oh, rain's coming in real heavy now.
The first team has entered the fight.
Seamus's eyes dot over the distant city lights. The icy rain thunders against the metal overhang protecting him, and his finely pressed suit. Below him, an abyss of darkness. Only the metal railing he's leaning on prevents his fall. A puff from his cigar. Orange cinders waft through the air. He blinks a few times, wondering what the hell exactly he's doing out here. The thunder responds with a crackle. He looks down, a note in his hand. The note that led him here tonight.
10 p.m. tonight. I have information for you on the agents of Sabled Heaven. Yours, Eva Kasumi.
Seamus closes his eyes. Blood.
Mom?
Tears.
Dad?
Death. His mother and father brutally murdered. His second family, the mafia who took him in,
Get out of here, kid. Run!
also dead. All by one singular organization. Agents of Sabled Heaven. He checks his watch. 10:01 p.m.
Eva Kasumi, where the hell are you?
He looks around. Might not be a bad idea to do a bit of wandering. Maybe she's somewhere else on these distant rooftops. He peers over them. Wait, what's that? A distant light from a faraway rooftop. Probably worth investigating. As he steps into the torrential downpour, he can't help but wonder, was coming out here a mistake? Was he stepping into a trap? It's possible, but no, he has to know. He has to have justice. Justice for those who cared for him. Justice for his family. Seamus steps over large puddles that have formed. It's all seemingly abandoned out here. Not a soul in sight. With every step, that distant light grows brighter. What could it be? As he approaches, a rickety wooden bridge sits between him and the light. It's soaked to the core, almost rotten, just like this whole thing's beginning to feel.
Something's not right about any of this.
Turning the corner, he sees a large overhang with a single light bulb. It swings softly in the thunderous storm. Under that, a table and a chair. And in that chair, a woman.
The second team has entered the fight.
Are you the one who left me this letter?
No response. The woman is carefully writing something on a small piece of paper. Seamus squints. What is she writing? She gently folds the paper, placing it in one of her padded pockets. Now she stands, turning to him, but doesn't make eye contact.
Yes.
Then you mind if I get out of this storm?
Seamus steps under the large overhang. Eva stands alone, silhouetted only by the singular light bulb swinging back and forth in the storm. His hand brushes his pistol, just making sure it's still there. He lights his cigar.
Gotta admit, you picked one hell of a night to meet. But I guess it's all relative in this city. So, you got something for me?
Eva looks at the ground.
I do. But first, I must apologize.
Why is that?
I was not entirely forthcoming with you.
Her eyes, they still haven't made contact with his, just staring at the ground. She's talking to him, but something about her. She seems to be speaking as if he never existed. As if she was all alone. Seamus's hand moves to his sidearm.
Do you believe that the ends justify the means?
Good question. I don't know. But I got a funny feeling we're gonna know the answer to that one shortly.
Seamus's eyes narrow. The world seems to slow.
Black outfit, dark to obscure Kevlar weave, armed with multiple close-range weapons, hilt of katana on back. Conclusion? Armed to kill.
Her eyes dart up. They also narrow.
Target is analyzing my weaponry. Optimal striking distance, 10 meters. Current range, 14.4. Result, deploy Plan B.
Seamus watches her. Is she doing the same thing as him? That should be impossible. Then he sees it. How could he have missed it? On her shoulder, right there, a Vanta black patch. An agent of Sabled Heaven. Dispatched for him. Eva slowly moves her hand to a single red button on the table. With one finger, she lightly presses it. The sounds of metal machinery build louder and louder. Quick draw. Seamus takes a few steps back, pistol trained squarely on her forehead. He squints at her still unmoving frame. But now, the world seems to be changing all around her. Yellow caution lights glimmer off her soulless eyes.
Holy hell.
The small table and chair next to her has disappeared. In their place, a towering metal structure, similar to what appears to be a radio tower. Metal pylons stab firmly into the ground. Along the edge of them, light begins to pulse, up, up and away into the dark night sky.
What the hell did you do?
The light begins to quicken. A hum of energy builds, louder and louder. The tower washes the rooftop with a bright spotlight. Seamus holds his hand up, barely able to see through the overpowering rays. Suddenly, a voice echoes through the air.
Hello, Seamus. It's nice to finally meet you.
Team Chaos has entered the fight.
Can't say I feel the same way.
Oh, but I do believe that's quite wrong. I am someone who you've been looking for quite a while. You may know me as the leader of a familiar organization, Agents of Sabled Heaven.
Well, shit.
A goddamn trap. I should have known.
Yes, you should have. And for that, I am extremely disappointed in you, Mr. Raven. What would your mother say? Or your father? Or maybe even Luca Mariano? Alright, they're dead.
Seamus holds his 45 steady through the thunderous storm.
Your agent will be too if you don't shut it.
Oh, yes. Should I tell you something interesting? Agent November doesn't have much of a choice in this fight. You see, I have her parents sitting nice and safe in one of her holding cells. The rules are, she does what we tell her, and they remain alive.
Seamus looks over at Eva. She's still not moving.
So, you see, when I remind her that if she does not kill you, I will personally execute her parents, she will comply. After all, that is the nature of all my agents.
That's true, Eva? They got your parents?
Seamus looks over at her. Should he pull the trigger? Perhaps. Maybe he could.
Eva, listen. We don't have to fight. Ash took my family too. I've been trying to get revenge since then. And God knows I'm not perfect for what I've done.
He lowers his gun, taking a few steps towards her, trying to empathize. 14 meters. 13.
But your family's still alive. And I might be no good at it. But I'm a damn detective. So maybe I can help you. I'm not sure what you've done, but I know there's someone with a soul in there.
Eva finally looks up. Their eyes meet for the first time. She stares back. Her thoughts swirl. She closes her eyes for a moment. There, in front of her now. Her father, her mother. She can hear them. Soft voices to soothe her sins. They're so close. Suddenly, images of death flash through her mind. Her kills, her crimes.
Mother? Father?
They appear, but only silhouetted now. Silhouetted in front of a spotlight, shining over a pile of bodies. Higher and higher, the pile towers into the sky, disappearing through dark red clouds. Eva falls to her knees.
What have I done?
Her father slowly walks up to her. She looks at him. Suddenly, she's become a child again. Her father looks down at her, tilting his head. A comforting, sad look.
Stupid. Father, have I done the right thing? Am I a bad person?
She reaches out for him, but all she touches is ash. Ash that swirls, swirling into a large dust cloud, returning to the pile of bodies. It's time. Time to die. The light goes out. Darkness. Nothing but... Wait, no. A voice?
One more. Agent November. One more to the pile.
Liar! Let them go! Please! Please!
One more for their freedom. Make it swift. Swift as the rain.
Eva opens her eyes. Back to reality. In place of that tower of bodies, one man. Seamus Raven. He walks closer to her. 12, 11, 10. She looks up. Swift as the rain. She watches the rain fall. How fitting. A raindrop during a storm is not given a choice. No control over its own destiny. It does what gravity tells it to do.
Please, let me help you.
He extends a hand.
9.9.
It must be swift. Swift as the rain.
Showdown!
Suddenly, a glint. A knife! Seamus's eyes widen. She throws! Perfect, deadly precision. The knife plunges into Seamus's left shoulder. He raises his .45. Eva's eyes dart up, watching it raise in slow motion. Move! Now! In a blur, Eva darts towards cover, but she's not the only one who's fast on the draw. Bang! Eva cries out as a bullet strikes her arm. She bolts into the darkness, Seamus firing off multiple rounds before he ducks behind a wall.
God. Jesus.
Seamus grips the hilt of the knife. It's agonizing. He pulls at the sharp silver lodged in his shoulder. It barely budges. He pulls again, this time with immense force. He yanks it free, blood overflowing the water in his already drenched suit. He looks down at the knife. God damn it. Why doesn't she understand? They're both being used. Why wouldn't she just listen to him? Why? Why? Very well. If killing an Ash agent is what it takes to protect his dreams of justice, so be it. Eva presses into the cold concrete wall. She tightens a bundle of white fabric on her upper arm, tying it off with her teeth. Blood soaks the cloth dark red. His words ring through her mind.
Please, let me help you.
No, Eva. You've come this far. You only need one more to the pile. She steadies her soul, letting the emotion wash away. There can only be one. One survivor. One that'll walk away. It must be her. And for that, she's prepared for this fight. Well prepared. Being an agent of Sabled Heaven does bring its perks from time to time. Plus, she already knows how she'll end this. Her eyes dart to the glint over her shoulder. Her family's heirloom. The Kasumi katana. One more to the pile. The last one. But perhaps her side of the battlefield could have been better chosen. Each item is very, very unwelcome. If she's not careful, it could kill her. If only her team had shown up on her day. She sighs, coming back to the present. The very deadly present. Seamus takes stock of his situation. His chances at survival? Not bad. armed with his pistol. He also remembers that he's got access to a single sci-fi doohickey. Whatever it does, he'll find out shortly. But the Deadeye detective knows there's no replacing the one thing that'll get him out of here alive. His trusted sidearm. He looks down at the glinted metal, soaked with blood and rain. It's his only chance at survival now. He never expected a truly armed assassin in Eva Kasumi. In order to survive, he'll need not just luck, but a very favorable arena. Thankfully, that's exactly what he's got today. His battlefield is extremely well prepared, perfectly created for a man with a Deadeye shot. Over there, he'll be nearly unstoppable. And in this fight against a deadly agent, he knows he'll need every chance he can get. Team Raven showed up for him. Seamus peers out from behind the cold concrete into the dark mist that has now enveloped the battlefield. Suddenly, a glint of light catches his eye. An assassin's knife? There's no time to consider. If he can land a shot here, maybe he can end this right now. Seamus raises his gun, aims, and fires.
Showdown.
Bang! The shot ricochets off a glimmering object, but one that's got nothing to do with Eva. From the darkness, she peers over at his intended target. Her eyes narrow.
No, it cannot be.
A loud hissing sound fills the air. The shape of a Vanta Black logo begins to flicker to life. Oh God, how could she have missed it? A lightning bolt arcs through the sky, illuminating the battlefield. Freeze time. Eva's legs carry her on the knife's edge of life. To the untrained eye, a blur of speed carried on the wind. Mere meters away, Seamus. From behind the barrel of his smoking gun, he peers out at the destruction commencing. His eyes slowly widen. Uh-oh. Eva is sent soaring through the air, catapulted into her deadly side of the battlefield. She bounces off a wall, rolling to a standstill. Flaming debris pummels the ground around her now unmoving body. Seamus ducks instinctively. A giant piece of metal nearly takes his head clean off. He quickly bolts to his side of the battlefield and dives towards cover. Eva's eyes flicker to life. Is this heaven? Her eyes glance left. Concrete and brick smolder in agony around her. No, not heaven. Sabled heaven. Her inner voice wills her back to life.
Get up.
She pushes herself from ground to standing in one powerful move. Eva's back in the fight. But unfortunately for her, she's now on her side of the field. Bright lights obscure her vision. Patchy walkways dot the way back to no man's land. Off to her right, she spots a glimmer of glass. Some sort of walkway? It's managed to survive the large explosion and can safely lead her back into no man's land. But the lights all around her, they're focused directly on the bridge. She'll need to cross quickly in order to avoid Seamus's deadly handgun. Eva carefully walks to the edge of the walkway. A large spotlight at the end obscures her vision. There's no way she'll be able to cross without being seen. Unless... Eva detaches the smoke grenade from her belt with an audible click. She presses down on the activation trigger and tosses it into the hall. But it fails to activate. Maybe it was the explosion. Rain? Who knows? But a critical tool she needed has failed to work. But looking through the shimmering glass, she realizes she's got no other options. She's fast. She can make it. All she needs is a little bit of luck. Inhale, exhale. It's go time.
Showdown!
But luck had chosen another in that fateful moment. Seamus Raven, the Deadeye detective, had seen the failed smoke grenade toss. His focus, his precision aim, it rivals Eva's deadly speed, and in this moment, his skill pays off.
Got you.
Eva's other arm is struck by one deadly accurate shot. She cries out, stumbling, barrel rolling to the end of the hallway and out of view. She grits her teeth. Agony. Pain. Blood soaks through the weak point in her Kevlar suit. Absolutely unbelievable. He's over 100 meters away. How the hell did he hit that shot? But there's no time to dwell on it. She ties off the wound, carefully steadying herself against the wall. She's made it back to no man's land. Time to even the odds. Eva disappears into the menacing black smoke. Seamus lowers his weapon, smoke rising from the barrel. That was an incredible shot, even for him. But there's no way he can confirm a kill from this range. He's gotta move up, get back to no man's land. Thankfully, because he's got armored cover, his rooftops weren't completely obliterated. He can jump across to no man's land. Lifting himself up, he steadies himself at the edge of the rooftop. Below him, a dark abyss, the end of which would also be his own. It's time, Seamus. Time to jump. Will he make it?
Showdown!
Seamus leaps forward. His body arcs through the rain, gravity threatening him with a terrible demise. He's got just enough speed to maybe. He lands hard on the second rooftop, just barely clearing it. He rolls, his gun clattering to the ground before slamming into a wall. He's made it. Alive. Seamus picks up his gun, brushing the rain off. He pulls the chamber back to check for damage. It makes a strange, creaking sound.
Oh, that's not good.
He rechambers his weapon and disappears into the dark mist. Eva intently moves through the dark mist, cover to cover. She slides to a standstill behind a concrete wall. Hold. A spotlight passes, brushing mere inches from her eyes. It washes over the ground before highlighting a strange-looking object. What is that? She carefully picks up the strange-looking object. A small circular device with a blinking light, a single button in its center. She presses it. Whoa! Nearby metal swirls, picking up and flying towards her. She presses it again, and the swirl falls away, as if nothing ever happened. She flips it over. What stares back almost frightens her. An Ash logo. Was this the leader of Sabled Heaven testing her skills? She lowers to a crouch. Though wounded, her mind is still sound. She flips a knife from her belt into her palm, peering into the dark mist. Watch for movement. Wait, then strike. Seamus carefully steps through a column of black smoke. A thunderous storm above threatens to reveal his position. Lightning arcs across the sky. At that exact same moment, a spotlight activates. Seamus's eyes are drawn to a golden glint. What is that? He crouches down, squinting at the marvel of engineering in front of him. But, come on.
You really think I'm that stupid?
Did Ash seriously think this trap would work on him? There's no way he's firing that thing. He picks up the weapon.
Golden Thompson machine gun. Ammo type, 45 caliber. Same caliber as my handgun. Conclusion, take its ammunition.
Now that's an interesting idea, Seamus. Take their trap and turn it against them. He clicks the release button for the magazine. Suddenly, a voice begins to emanate from the weapon.
Oh, Seamus. You really think I'm that stupid?
The gun starts to quiver, then shake, then rattle. His eyes widen. Seamus chucks the gun away. A large explosion lights up the night. Debris is sent in multiple directions. He covers his face as shards of metal fly past. The light blinds him for just a moment. But that's all the time she needs. From the exploding dust cloud soars Eva Kasumi. Knife in hand, she strikes at Seamus.
Showdown!
Eva's cold and swift maneuvers become a blur. The blur of death. Agent November dashes towards her target at breakneck speed. Could this be the final blow? Seamus only has one chance. He raises the sci-fi box. For a split moment, an image appears on it. A fatal strike to the heart. She's going for the kill. Dodge, Seamus. Dodge! He does, just in time. But not before her knife shreds right through the sci-fi doohickey. Worse yet, the knife makes contact with him. It slices right across his shooting arm. Seamus pulls the trigger, unleashing a torrent of deadly 45 caliber rounds. Eva dodges to the left. Before Seamus can even react, she's already in mid-air. Freeze time. Eva's body has contorted in mere moments into an upside-down crescent moon spin kick. It connects with great effect. Seamus is sent flying back. He skids along the scorched concrete, trying to find some sort of grip. But all he finds is empty air. His eyes widen. A shattered glass ceiling starts to fall, further and further away. Oh no. She's kicked him through a giant glass skylight. Seamus slams into the wooden ballroom floor. A satisfying crunch to Eva Kasumi's ears.
Oh, God damn it.
He opens his eyes. Rain pours through the opening in the ceiling. Lightning flashes, illuminating the broken glass skylight. And who's that standing at the very top? One deadly assassin, looking straight down at him. He quick draws his 45. Eva evades the incoming bullets, disappearing into the night. He continues to fire until... click, click, click. Empty mag. Seamus braces his hands to the floor, lifting himself quickly. He vaults over a nearby bar, into cover. From behind the wooden countertop, he peers out. A small click, the empty magazine drops to the floor. Reload, rechamber, ready. No sign of movement. But she's here somewhere, lurking. A moment to breathe. Seamus falls to the ground. He winces. That kick really hurt, but he needs to shake it off. Otherwise, the next one might be the last. He grabs a nearby bottle of whiskey. Pop. Chug. Ooh, that's better. He chucks the bottle aside. Hold on. What's that? Right next to his empty magazine, something gold? He picks up the golden bullet, perfectly crafted. Something about it feels powerful. He can't quite put his finger on it, but he can put it in his 45. Seamus chambers the round. Come get some. Eva steps through glass doors to a beautifully destroyed lobby entrance. A large chandelier has smashed into the ground. Papers everywhere. Tables overturned. Behind it all, a stairwell down. Down to the ballroom. Eva winces, gently touching one of her bullet wounds. She's managed to land a strong counterpunch, but that long-range shot from Seamus really took her by surprise. She exhales. Breathe in, breathe out. One more to the pile. Eva begins walking towards the stairs. But before she reaches them, a table comes into view. And on it, a singular object. She picks it up. An alarm clock. No, an atomic alarm clock. A grenade. Why it's here, she doesn't know. But who is she to turn down a free grenade? Alarm clock in hand, she descends towards the shattered ballroom. Seamus peers over the counter, eyes darting from skylight to door. Which way will she go? Then he sees it, a quick blur by the doors. He trains his aim. A deadly stillness fills the room. Only light now dancing across the broken ballroom floor.
Give up. Give up before I kill you, Eva.
Eva presses the button on her bomb. Click. Tick, tick, throw. She turns, hurling it right at Seamus. It soars through the air, packing a deadly explosion from within. Will it land?
Showdown!
Seamus reacts with cool efficiency. The Deadeye detective aims and fires. The building rocks as the golden bullet strikes right through the heart of the atomic clock. Deadly debris tears through the room. Eva holds fast as the explosion knocks her cover away. She tumbles back, barely dodging giant flaming debris that avalanches down the stairwell. The same stairwell that was her exit. Oh no, she's trapped. In an instant, the tables have turned. Eva stares down the cold, lethal barrel of Seamus's 45. Distance 16.7 meters. Out of range. Out of luck.
Drop your weapons. Now.
But luck can turn on a dime.
What the?
A large creaking sound fills the room. The room starts to quiver, shake. The walls start to peel. No, crumble. Oh God, the whole building's coming down. A torrent of debris tumbles from the skylight, crashing into the ballroom floor. Glass flies in multiple directions. Seamus ducks. A brief moment. Wait. Bingo. Eva presses a button on her wrist. A silver glint pops out from under the Kevlar weave. Bam! It launches towards the skylight. Snag! Perfect connection. Eva grabs onto her wrist for dear life. Go! She propels forward, the grappling hook yanking her towards the skylight. Towards freedom. Seamus raises his gun. But she's too fast. Eva soars right through the skylight, up and away, and into the night. Damn it! He vaults over the wooden bar, racing towards the now burning stairwell. Blocked. Now what? Wait, what's that? Right next to the flaming debris, a bright silver object that's blinking? Seamus picks it up. It's a toaster? He looks inside. Complex wiring strings its way through the device. Oh, it's not just a toaster. It's a grenade. But how's that supposed to help him now? Chunks of debris fall all around him. If he can't think of something, he's going to die in this fire. Wait. Yes, that's it. What puts out a fire? A bigger one. Seamus slams down the toaster's handle, backing up into the crumbling ballroom.
Oh, this better goddamn work!
He chucks the toaster at the flaming debris. A giant explosion rocks the already shaking building. Seamus barrels through the cloud of dust, praying to God he's not about to run into his death. But luck's on his side. It worked. He races up the stairs, dodging plaster raining down from above. Darting into the lobby, he sees it. Open air. Freedom. Seamus bolts into the night. Out of the fire. Into the storm. He slows to a stop, resting his palms on his weary knees. Turning, he watches it all happen. The building crumbles, dragging the raging fire into the dark abyss. Part of no man's land. Gone. Seamus checks to see if he's still in one piece. Incredibly, the fire and debris has left him unscathed. Still alive. Still in the fight. He stares into the dark mist enveloping what's left of no man's land. He unholsters his pistol. Empty mag out. New mag in. Time to end this. Eva watches from a perched position as the building crumbles away. Perhaps Seamus was in that? All things considered, not likely. Her palm grasps the hilt of her most powerful weapon, the Kasumi katana. She squeezes the release switch. Time to end this. As she enters the mist, She realizes that not much is left of no man's land. Maybe a wall or two, but it's only the dark mist that hides her now. And him. She gently walks across the scorched concrete. Oil fires rage against the storm. As she approaches the burning broadcast tower, she notices something laying nearby. Upon further inspection, that's exactly what she needed. A bulletproof vest combined with her Kevlar weave could be enough to deliver the final strike. She takes cover against the last remaining wall in no man's land. Now, she waits. Seamus carefully steps over the puddles of water, laying in wait through the dark mist. He's gotta be careful. Any sound could give away his position. As he approaches the burning broadcast tower, he notices something. Something that shouldn't be there, but is anyway. A small smile forms on his face. He flips a lighter out from his pocket. Eva closes her eyes. The pain of her multiple bullet wounds is starting to get to her. She's running out of strength. One way or another, this has to end.
Eva Kasumi, I'd like to surrender.
She tilts her head. What? No. After everything, he's ready to give up? Then she considers. What if he's hurt? What if he's dying? She could land the fatal blow right now. But if it's a trap, and she gives away her position, there'll be nothing left to protect her. This'll be her end. She closes her eyes. What does she do?
One more, Agent November. One more to the pile.
She takes a single step out of cover. Then she sees it. Through the mist, through the rain, Seamus. And next to him, a cannon? A cannon shot explodes, hurtling right at her. This is it. She closes her eyes and accepts her fate.
Showdown!
But luck has a strange way of working. The wall explodes, sending Eva hurtling through the air. Large chunks of concrete fly in every direction. Her bulletproof vest, shredded, rendered unusable. She tumbles into the dark mist, fate unknown. Seamus watches as Eva is sent flying through the air. Score! But his happiness is short-lived. Large sections of deadly concrete now soar right at him. He looks left, right. No cover. Seamus is whacked by a giant piece of concrete. He slams directly into a brick wall, slumping against it. Dazed, his vision doubles for a moment before returning to normal. Oh God, it hurts to move. This is bad. Very, very bad. But then, Eva's voice echoes through the shadows.
Your end. I will make it fast.
Seamus picks up his gun. The voice seems to be coming from everywhere. He aims into the mist and pulls the trigger, but his gun jams. He desperately tries to clear the jam, but his pistol has taken a heavy beating in the fight. Suddenly, a whoosh of air. From the darkness, Eva sprints right at him. She's moving at breakneck speed, faster than the falling rain. A glint of metal shines in her deadly hands. The Kasumi katana. She races towards him. Is this the end for Seamus? Will Eva's katana strike home? Who will find justice for their family? Who is about to win the final duel?
The final showdown! Tally the scores!
But you ain't faster than a bullet.
The Kasumi katana clatters to the ground. Eva falls to one knee, then the next. Her breath quickens. Rain falls against her in droves. Pitter, patter. The Grim Reaper is knocking at her soul's door. Her mother, her father, they flash before her eyes. The sound of loaded metal. A cold barrel pressed to her forehead. She looks up. Is it over? Seamus stares down at her. She deserves to be executed. For his mother. For his father. For his family.
Do it.
The cold barrel leaves her forehead. Her eyes flutter. She crumples to the ground. A strange silence falls over the battlefield. Only the sound of rain.
Hell of a night.
Eva's shaky hand reaches into her pocket.
Don't.
She opens her hand. A crumpled piece of paper. Seamus squints. A note? He reaches down. In a blur, perhaps with her final bit of strength, Eva snags his hand. She pulls him down, a sharp object glinting in her hands. Oh no. Is this it? Is a knife waiting for him? Did he just make a fatal mistake? Eva stares at him. She knows this is her chance. Her final chance. Blood slips from between her lips, motionlessly staring at Seamus. One more.
But I know there's someone with a soul in there.
You were right.
About?
Me.
She raises the object. It's a pen? With her last ounce of strength, she scribbles something onto the piece of paper.
What is it?
Coordinates. Ash. Headquarters. Find my mother. My father. Save them. Please.
She rests it into his palm. Seamus looks into her eyes. Her barren soul rages in the waning light.
Do you believe that the ends justify the means?
I think I figured out the answer to your question.
Though she's older, her eyes reflect the soul of a child. A child filled with fear. He looks down at the sharp pen in her hands.
It does. As long as you know when to stop. And you do.
The light from Eva's eyes extinguish, consumed by the dark and rainy night.
A team has been eliminated.
Eva's body slumps to the floor. The grip of her hand, already weak, falls away. He stares down. The rain, once something of a friend, now feels like sharp needles stabbing away at his beating heart. For a moment, he closes his eyes. A thought, a prayer, maybe just acceptance. God damn it. He gently lets her down. Breathe in, breathe out. You're still alive, Seamus. You're still alive. Seamus falls back on the rain and blood-soaked floor. He blinks for a few moments. Finally, the battle. It's over. He opens the crumpled piece of paper. Scribbled onto it, her dying wish. Coordinates to Ash headquarters. Wait, there's more. On the back. What's this?
Mother, Father, I write this as I prepare for my final duel. Perhaps I will see you after I take this life. Or perhaps I will see you in the next. I am not sure if you would be proud of the things I have done. The person the woman I have become. It does not matter anymore. I wish to see you freed. And then, I wish to exile myself forever. I hope you may forgive your daughter. Forgive me. One day. Eva.
Raindrops tear away at the ink, washing into the blood-soaked ground. He looks down at her lifeless body. The storm has taken her far, far away. Orange cinders waft through the air.
Save them. Please.
Her final dying words. Seamus stands, looking up one last time at the burning broadcast tower. It billows dark smoke into the night. In one hand, the note. In the other, his pistol.
I will, Eva. I will.
Find my mother. My father. Save them. Please.
But I'm a damn detective. So maybe I can help you.
Team Chaos has entered the fight. Thank you for joining us on another incredible journey. Please consider following or subscribing if you enjoyed your time here. But most of all, please join us again next season and try to save your favorite heroes once more. Farewell.